What's up, what's up, what's up, everybody? Happy, what is today? Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday? I don't know, man. I lost the track of time today. Actually, happy Thursday to you all, guys. This is break number 1094BD, 1094BD. This is a case of select baseball. 12 boxes, man. We've had some humongous cases out of this. Let's get another one today. We need a 1 of 1. That's what we need tonight. We need to get a 1 of 1 out of this select case. Let's go. All right, 12 boxes. There's 6. There's 6 more. 6 and 6 makes 12 if my math is correct, but today I don't know what's correct. Let's go. Box number 1. Box numero uno. Good luck, everybody. Is that a tie? It is a tie-dye patch? Possible patch auto to start the break? What? What? That's what I'm talking about, guys. This product is sick. Alright, box number 1, we got neon green right off the rip. Here we go. We got Luke Keyshaw from Minnesota. That is 44 out of 49. Travis Bazzana for Cleveland. 15 out of 199. Roman Anthony for the Red Sox. That's white. 84 out of 99. Tricolor of Reggie Jackson going to the Yankees. Tricolor Kyle Teal. That is for the White Sox. Chipper Jones on the Silver Prism for Atlanta. Rintaro Sasaki going to the non-MLB spot. This one is red 1099. That is 30 out of 99. Silver Prism, there's Deion Sanders going to the Reds. Juan Gonzalez for Texas. That is 149 out of 149 on the bookend. Ty Cobb on the tricolor going to Detroit. And our first auto is a rookie auto of Cam Smith for Houston. Nice Cam Smith auto for the Houston Astros. Brown Brown. Chase Dollander for Colorado. 106 out of 125. There is Joe Sewell for the Yankees. Our next auto is not a rookie. That one is Coaching Shane for the Dodgers. This one is not numbered. Coaching Shane on the auto for the Dodgers. This one, Joe Sewell, 164 out of 199 for the Yankees. That is a Silver Prism Johan Santana for Minnesota. What's up, B? And, oof. That is a 3-color patch tie-dye of Bubba Chandler for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Very nice. Very nice patch. Pirates are starting off where they ended the last break. Man, Pirates were just killing it on the last break. Box number 2. Early. Ooh, do we got a patch auto? I think we do. Patch auto incoming, guys. Patch auto incoming.
That's because I came out here.
Yeah. Here we go, guys. We got Seaver King on the purple. 71 of 75. There's Michael Young for Texas. That is 124 out of 199. Seaver King goes to Washington, by the way. Hagen Smith for the White Sox. There is 69 out of 99. Silver Prism, Ryan Johnson for the Angels. That's Brown of Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge on the Brown, and we got a rookie auto of, how about J.C. Escara for the Yankees? J.C. Escara for the Yankees being covered up by Yankee captain Aaron Judge. That Yankee captain was 80 out of 125. 80 out of 125. All right, here we go. Coming up on our patch auto. Tricolor of Ryan Johnson for the Angels, and our patch auto. That's nice. That is Travis Bazzana, Cleveland Guardians, #1 pick in the draft, 2025. 97 out of 99. That's Cade Horton of the Cubs. Blue Paul Skeens. Blue Paul Skeens is 120 out of 199. Drew Burris going to the non-MLB spot. 27 out of 99. Tricolor of Jesus Made for Milwaukee. There is Christian Campbell for the Red Sox on the tricolor. Heston Kjerstad Silver Prism for the Baltimore Orioles. And our red patch is Braxton Ashcraft. Braxton Ashcraft, Pittsburgh Pirates. Pirates have got 2 patches to start the break. This one is numbered 32 out of 99 red. 32 out of 99. Box number 3. All right, box number 3. Another tie-dye patch. Woo. Alright, box number 3. We got an auto right out the gate here. Behind Bryce Rainier for Detroit, we have an auto of, how about Bobby Witt Jr.? Bobby Witt Jr. on the auto, not numbered. That's blue of Jesus Made for Milwaukee. 38 out of 199. Purple, Colson Montgomery for the White Sox. 59 out of 75. Andrew Painter for the Phillies. 81 out of 125. That is Tommy Troy for the Diamondbacks. That is 121 out of 149. We have our next auto coming up here. Next auto behind Andrew Painter Brown. That is Darren Baker, blue auto. Darren Baker on the blue auto. That is numbered 17 out of 49. Andrew Painter was numbered 80 out of 125. That is Charlie Condon for Colorado, Silver Prism. That is Mariano Rivera, red, 96 out of 99. Tricolor of Ryan Johnson for the Angels. Tricolor of Brock Wilken for the Brewers. Colt Keith for Detroit. That is 159 out of 199. Silver Prism, Matt Shaw, Cubbies. That is Johnny Mize for the Giants. And our tie-dye patch, oh, that is Tommy White. Tommy White for the Oakland A's. Tie-dye 3-color patch. Yeah, I love the 3 colors. I love the fact that they actually make the patch representative of the number. Did I even show the number on that? I can't even remember now. That was 13 out of 25. I don't even remember if I showed this one. 7 out of 25 on the Bubba Chandler. That's the kind of day I'm having. I can't remember shit. I'm suffering from CRS today. Box number 4. Oh, it's gonna be today. It's gonna be a fun 4 breaks, yes. Need a couple of zebras in this one for you, Hitcher. How you doing today, Hitcher? Good to see you, bud. I think we got some gold in this one. How about that? Turbocharged gold. Turbocharged gold. We got Chandler Simpson for Tampa Bay, Silver Prism. Purple, Colson Montgomery for the White Sox, 6 out of 75. Andrew Painter for the Phillies, brown, that's 88 of 125. Nick Kurtz on the red. Nick Kurtz on the red. We got an auto behind Nick Kurtz. That is Darren Baker with his second auto of the break. First one was blue. This one is not numbered. This one is not numbered. Nick Kurtz red. That is numbered 125 out of 149. We got a tricolor of Ko-Ching Shane for the Dodgers. Good, my friend, good. Glad you're doing well, buddy. Silver Prism, there's Aiden Miller for the Phillies. And here's our gold turbocharged of Hagen Smith for the Chicago White Sox. Gold turbocharged, 10 out of 10. Nice 10 out of 10 there. Got some neon green coming. That is Nomar Garcia Parra, 191 out of 199. Neon green of Kalen Culpepper for the Minnesota Twins. That one is 27 of 49. Brady House for the Washington Nationals, tricolor. Got a tricolor of Yoendry Morales for Washington. And our next auto, how about a double up of Bobby Witt Jr.? Whoever got Kansas City tonight, that's two. Alright, we got some neon orange here. Neon orange of PJ Morlando for Miami. That is 18 out of 49. They got a silver prism, Andrew Walters for Cleveland. And we got a patch blue of, look at that 3-color patch of Walker Janik for Houston. 3-color spark patch blue. 19 out of 49 for the Houston Astros. Nothing but color. Box number 5. Box number 5. I don't know if it's a patch or a patch auto. It's backwards. Alright, here we go. Box number 5. Brady Ebel, that's red for the non-MLB spot. 145 out of 149. Roman Anthony for the Red Sox on the red. 82 out of 149. We got a blue turbocharge behind Brady Ebel on the silver prism for the non-MLB. And that is Chase Burns. Chase Burns for Cincinnati. That is 38 out of 49 blue turbocharged. Our first auto of this box, behind Franklin Arias for the Red Sox, is Kevin McGonigal. Kevin McGonigal, this is not numbered, going to Detroit. Blue of Jacob Mizorowski. That is 172 out of 199. For Milwaukee, DeBrew Crew. That is Cam Smith on the tricolor for Houston. Jacob Mizorowski, Silver Prism for Milwaukee. There is a zebra. Zebra print right there. Luis Angel Acuna on the white for the Mets. 81 of 99. Carson Williams for Tampa Bay on the brown. Our next auto. That is Cash Mayfield going to the Padres. That is Carson Williams again, and it was numbered brown, 87 out of 125. Right there. Kyle DeBarge, that is for Minnesota, and our patch is Cam Smith for Houston. Cam Smith on the Spark patch, not numbered for Houston. And our zebra is a rookie. Rookie zebra going to Milwaukee. Jacob Mizorowski, all-star pitcher for the Brewers. On the zebra print. Congrats to the Brewers. Congrats to the Brew Crew. Box number 6, halfway point. All right, here we go. We got 2 patches in here, so one is probably a patch auto. 2 patches in that first stack. Thought I felt 2 patches in there. Alright, box number 6. Here we go. Jacob Mizorowski on the tricolor. Next auto is Jacob Wilson for the Oakland A's. Jacob Wilson, Oakland. Red, Charlie Condon for the Colorado Rockies, 37 of 149. That's blue, Bobby Witt Jr. Bobby Witt Jr. on the blue, 62 of 199. James Triantos, purple. James Triantos, 14 out of 75 for the Cubs. White, Cam Smith. White, Cam Smith, 20 out of 99. Tricolor, Chase Dollander, that is for Colorado. Cam Smith goes to Houston. Do the first patch first. Here we go. James Wood, Silver Prism for Washington. Carson Benj for the Mets. There's Paul Skeens on the red Select Certified, 83 of 99. Enrique Bradfield Jr. in our first patch goes to the Baltimore Orioles. That is Vance Honeycutt. Vance Honeycutt, Baltimore. A lot of dust on this one. We'll wipe it off for you guys. Top loaders almost fell over. All right. Red, Ben Hess for the Yankees. That is 98 out of 149. Tricolor going to the San Francisco Giants, Will the Thrill Clark. Blue, Braxton Ashcraft for Pittsburgh. And our second patch auto goes to... that is the Cleveland Guardians again. Cleveland Guardians again. That is Travis Hafner. 4 out of 99. Travis Hafner, Cleveland Guardians. Patch auto. Box number 7. I see green. I see green. Green is to 5, baby. It's funny. You're right, pitcher. It seems like Panini focuses cases on like 2 teams, it seems like. There's always 2 teams that hit big and the rest of them get to sit here and watch. So, alright, box number 7. Chandler Simpson, Tampa Bay. Aaron Judge, Silver Prism for the Yankees. Chipper Jones for the Braves, 120 out of 199. Tricolor, Nomar Garciaparra. Evan Carter on the blue for Texas. That is 169 out of 199. Roman Anthony on the patch for the Red Sox. Roman Anthony is our next patch. This one is not numbered. Alright, here we go. Our first auto behind Slade Caldwell for Arizona on the neon orange is purple auto of Song-Chi Chang. Song-Chi Chang for the Pittsburgh Pirates. That is numbered 31 of 35. 31 of 35. Song-Chi Chang. Slade Caldwell on the neon orange is 38 of 49. Our green. It is a diamond level green. And that is Jacob Wilson for the Oakland A's. Jacob Wilson, 4 out of 5 for the Oakland A's. Yeah, I understand, Hitcher. I wish I loaded the boxes so that way I could make it even for everybody. That's the way I feel about it. They should be even. Colt Keith, Silver Prism for Detroit. Noah Schultz for Chicago on the turbocharged. That is turbocharged blue. 27 out of 49. That is a tie-dye auto legendary signature. Legendary signature tie-dye going to the Giants. That is Will the Thrill Clark. Will Clark to 25. Tie-dye auto 21 out of 25. Nice hit for the Giants. Andrew Walters, white, 62 out of 99. Red, Jesus Made for Milwaukee. That is 84 out of 149. Box number 8. Yeah. I like the fact that he signs it and then puts his jersey number. He puts that 22 on there, so that's really cool. Alright, here we go. We got Buster Posey for the Giants on the Silver Prism. That is a tie-dye signature. Tie-dye, another one right there. This one is not a rookie. That is Sungjoon Kim. Sungjoon Kim for the Texas Rangers. That is numbered 11 out of 25. 11 out of 25. Sungjoon Kim for Texas. Austin Wells for the Yankees. That is 45 of 75. Darren Erstad for the Angels. That one is 75 out of 75 on the bookend. That is Cash Mayfield for the Padres, Silver Prism. Brown, Ken Griffey Jr. going to Cincinnati. 124 out of 125. Darren Erstad for the Angels, red. That is 9 out of 149. Tricolor, Tomoyuki Sugano for Baltimore. That is Ken Griffey Jr. This one's going to Seattle. And our rookie auto is another one for the Yankees, J.C. Escara. J.C. Escara, not numbered, Yankee auto. He's got a twin. Ken Griffey Jr. blue. Seattle color match 162 out of 199. Who do you have, Hitcher? You got 4 teams. Who do you have? PJ Morlando for Miami, tricolor. Silver Prism, Brady House for Washington. There's Aaron Judge on the red numbers, 22 of 99. Enrique Bradfield Jr. for Baltimore. Red patch of Hai Sung Kim for the Dodgers. Hai Sung Kim, red patch for the Dodgers. 73 of 99. Mets, Angels, Rays, and Blue Jays. Okay. God, did you hear that? Mets, Angels, Rays, and Blue Jays. All right. This is box number 9. I hear you. Pedro Martinez, Silver Prism for the Red Sox. Ricky Henderson for Oakland. That is 146 out of 199. Purple, Cliff Lee. Purple Cliff Lee for the Phillies. And that is a color wheel. Color wheel. Of the captain, Aaron Judge. Color wheel for the Yankees. Dude, that is so sick. That is disgusting. $28 out of $75 on the Cliff Lee for the Phillies. Tricolor, Dylan Dreeling for Texas. That is Colt Emerson for Seattle. 5 out of 49. And the next auto is Max Muncy for the Oakland A's. Max Muncy. Wyatt Sanford for Pittsburgh. Wyatt Sanford Brown, that is 71 out of 125. Yeah, wow is a good word for it. Tricolor, Ethan Salas for the Padres. Luke Dickerson for Washington. Next auto goes to the Yankees. That's Austin Wells. Austin Wells not numbered on the Diamond Action auto. Rintaro Sasaki, Silver Prism for the non-MLB spot. Hideki Matsui for the Yankees. That is 159 out of 199. Carson Williams, Brown, 76 of 125. Songjun Kim for Texas. And our next patch is Matt Shaw going to the Cubs. Box number 10. if the person with the Yankee spot out there, Yankee spot is out there, I will be upgrading your shipping to priority. I will also be setting it up with extra insurance, and I will be adding signature required for that Yankee hit right there. So. All right, box number 10. Colt Emerson for Seattle, 39 of 99. Jacob Wilson for Oakland. Tricolor, Walker Janik for Houston. That is a red legendary signature. Going to the White Sox, that's Robin Ventura. Robin Ventura, legendary signatures, 95 out of 99 for the White Sox. Dylan Dreeling, Brown, that is 118 out of 125 for Texas. Craig Yoho, Milwaukee on the blue, that is 86 out of 199. Jake Arrieta for the Cubs, purple. That is 68 out of 75. Tricolor, Hank Brainberg, that's for Detroit. Silver Prism, Dylan Cruz for Washington. Pee Wee Reese for the Brooklyn Dodgers, that is 48 out of 149. Tricolor, Deion Sanders for Atlanta. Ricky Henderson on the blue for the A's. And our next auto is Sung-Chi Chang for the Pirates. Sung-Chi Chang. Ricky Henderson blue, that's numbered 162 out of 199. Silver, Chase Petty for Cincinnati, and our next patch is for the White Sox. That's Kyle Teal. Kyle Teal. Not numbered. Box number 11. That was a vet box, yes. Definitely. Absolutely. Let's do that. B. Let's pull some more fire. And what haven't we hit? A 1 of 1? Alright, box number 11. Roger Clemens for the Red Sox on the tricolor. Purple, John Smoltz for Atlanta. 75 of 75. Jacob Mizorowski on the blue. Our next auto. Kellen Lindsey for the Dodgers. Kellen Lindsey. Mizorowski blue was 98 of 199. Brown, Slade Caldwell for the Diamondbacks, 55 of 125. There's Brock Wilken for Milwaukee on the tricolor. Max Muncy for Oakland on the brown. That is 99 of 125. Greg Maddux, Silver Prism, Atlanta. There's Mike Piazza for the Mets on the Silver Prism. Cam Smith for Houston. That is 23 of 99. Our next auto behind Pedro Martinez for the Red Sox is for Tampa Bay. Here you go, Hitcher. Chandler Simpson on the auto. Chandler Simpson auto for Tampa Bay. Roman Anthony on the blue for the Red Sox, 147 out of 199. Ryan Sandberg for the Cubs. That is 109 out of 149, excuse me. PJ Morlando for Miami. Our next patch, Connor Griffin for the Pirates. Connor Griffin for Pittsburgh on the Spark patch, not numbered. Yep. Box number 12. Depends on what state you're in, if the lottery ticket's going to be any good. Alright, I'm kidding. I'm kidding, my friend. There we go. Box number 12. That's Jacob Wilson on the blue. Jacob Wilson on the blue. That is 128 out of 199 for Oakland. Wow. All right, on the neon orange. That is Coaching Shane for the Dodgers. Coaching Shane. That is 35 of 49. That is Roman Anthony for the Red Sox on the brown. Roman Anthony, 40 out of 125. Silver Prism, that's Franklin Arias for the Red Sox. That is a gold legendary signature. Gold legend signature. Let's go. That is Chandler Simpson, purple for Tampa Bay. That is 58 out of 75. Roman Anthony is going to be watching over our second auto. Tricolor, Cam Smith for Houston. Red, Grover Alexander for Philadelphia. 84 out of 149. Silver Prism, Nick Kurtz, watching over our patch. Silver Prism, Jose Canseco for Oakland. That is Albert Pujols for St. Louis. Blue on the numbers. Blue on the numbers, Albert Pujols, 38 out of 49. Our last pack. Then we have our big hits. Our last hits anyways. Tricolor, Joe Swell for the Yankees. We'll start with our patch since it's not numbered. Nick Kurtz Silver Prism. And how about a Nick Kurtz patch? Not numbered, going to the Oakland A's. Oakland Nick Kurtz Rookie of the Year patch on the Spark. Nice one. Now we're saving that. That's the gold. How about for Seattle? That is Colt Emerson. Colt Emerson on the patch for Seattle. On the auto for Seattle. Not numbered. Roman Anthony, blue. That one was 187 out of 199. And our gold legendary signature to finish off the break. This could be huge. This could be huge. It is Johan Santana for the Minnesota Twins. 2 out of 10 gold. 2 out of 10 gold legendary signature. Not as huge as it could have been. Not bad. A beautiful hit from Minnesota. But that finishes off our break. Alright. Let me get everything together. Clear it off over here. I think we're ready. Silver Prism, we have Nick Kurtz. Nick Kurtz on the Silver Prism. All right, to 199. Blue. We got Roman Anthony, Jacob Wilson, Roman Anthony, Jacob Mizorowski, Ricky Henderson, Craig Yoho, Hideki Matsui, Ricky Henderson, Ken Griffey Jr. for Seattle, Chipper Jones, Evan Carter, Braxton Ashcraft, Bobby Witt Jr., Jacob Mizorowski, Nomar, Colt Keith, Jesus Made, Paul Skeens, Michael Young, Joe Suell for the Yankees, and Travis Bazzana. Alright, Hitcher, have a good one, buddy. Reds to 149, we got Grover Alexander, Ryan Sandberg. Grover Alexander went to Philadelphia. Pee Wee Reese for the Dodgers. That one is in the wrong spot. We got Darren Erstad for the Angels. Jesus Made. Ben Hess. Charlie Condon. Brady Ebel for the non-MLB spot. Roman Anthony, Nick Kurtz. Mariano Rivera is in the wrong spot. We got Tommy Troy and Juan Gonzalez. All right, to 125, we got Roman Anthony, Slade Caldwell, Max Muncy, Dylan Dreeling, Carson Williams, Wyatt Sanford, Ken Griffey Jr. for Cincinnati. We got Carson Williams, Andrew Painter, and Andrew Painter with triplets. Aaron Judge and Chase Dollander. To 99, now we get Mariano Rivera, Aaron Judge, Cam Smith, Colt Emerson, Andrew Walter, Paul Skeens, Cam Smith, Luis Angel Acuna, Drew Burris to the non-MLB spot, Hagen Smith, Roman Anthony, Rintaro Sasaki, non-MLB spot. Our purples, we got Chandler Simpson, John Smoltz, Jake Arrieta, Cliff Lee, Austin Wells, Darren Erstad for the Angels, James Triantos, Colson Montgomery again, and Seaver King. Those were to 75. To 49, Albert Pujols, Coaching Shane, Colt Emerson, Noah Schultz, Slade Caldwell, Chase Burns, PJ Merlando, Kalen Culpepper, and Luke Keyshaw. We had one gold and one green. Our gold, Hagen Smith, turbocharged for the White Sox, and our green color match with the Athletics, Jacob Wilson for Oakland. Our patches, Nick Kurtz not numbered, these are not numbered, Nick Kurtz, Connor Griffin, Kyle Teal, Matt Shaw, Roman Anthony, Vance Honeycutt, Cam Smith. To 99 we got Hai Song Kim, Braxton Ashcraft. To 49 Walker Janet. To 25 Bubba Chandler, 3-color. Same with that one. Nice 3-color for Houston, 3-color for Pittsburgh, and a 3-color Tommy White for the A's. Our autos. We have Colt Emerson, Chandler Simpson, Kellen Lindsey, Sung Chi Chang, Austin Wells, Max Muncy, Cash Mayfield, Kevin McGonigal, Darren Baker. Those were not numbered. To 49, we have Darren Baker for Washington. To 35, Sung Chi Chang for Pittsburgh. All right, our last bit of autos here. We got Jacob Wilson, Bobby Witt Jr. with Twins. We got J.C. Escaro with Twins. Coaching Shane, Cam Smith. To 99, we have Robin Ventura. Will Clark to 25. Sung Joon Kim to 25. And Johan Santana for Minnesota. That is to 10 gold legendary signature. Our patch autos. We had two of them, both going to Cleveland. We have Travis Bazzana and Travis Hafner, the Travis twins. Or maybe Travis D. Okay, our zebra print went to the Brewers. That is Jacob Mizorowski. And our color wheel went to the New York Yankees, Aaron Judge. That is a banger. There's your break, my friends. Appreciate you all for being here. Hope you had a good time. Hope to see y'all next time. Have a great night, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace!